Is India truly on a road to electric future? Let's explore the evolution of the EV and what is meant to our country mobility and sustainability. Hey guys, I am Abhishek, an aspiring data analyst. I spent 2 to 3 weeks on completion of this project as a part of the Code Basis Resume Project Challenge. So, I'm very excited to take the presentation on this automotive domain. I spent a lot of time and read blogs and some of the articles about the electric vehicles in India, and I came up with the meaningful insights by using the real data to get the meaningful insights. So let me go through the data to get the meaningful insights. Before that, let me explain the overview of the company and what is the problem statement and what is the goal of the project right down here. So, Electric Motors is an automotive giant from the USA specializing in electric vehicles. From the last 5 years, their market share has been increased by the 25% in terms of electric and hybrid vehicles. As a part of their expansion plans, they are looking forward to put their business in India. Before that, they want to do a detailed market study of existing EV and hybrid market in India before proceeding further. The problem statement is very clear and simple, and analyze the India EV hybrid market using the data-driven insights to identify the key opportunities and challenges and providing the actionable recommendations to the help Electric Motors increase their market share in India. So for that, I use the Power BI to design the dashboard to give the meaningful insights for the Electric Motors. Before going to the dashboard presentation, I want to tell you the benefits of the electric vehicles in terms of infographics, like using the benefits of the electric vehicles, like they doesn't produce pollution. It's like global warming and efficiency. They are more efficiency compared to the traditional ones, like in terms of gasoline vehicles, and it saves money in terms of battery life compared to the petrol and diesel, and also go green, nothing but a clean energy and reducing the carbon footprints. And I also figure out that the type of people who are showing more interest in purchasing electric vehicles, like urban computers, like nothing but they want to use the daily purpose and the short distance, and also luxury vehicle sneakers. People with the high income consumers attracted to the premium electric vehicles and models from the luxury brands, and also environment conscious consumers. There are a lot of people out there who are mainly concerned about the environment, like they're looking and stepping towards the environment concerns, like reducing air pollution and things like towards the go green, like. So they are the type of customers who are showing more interest towards the electric vehicles, and also tech enthusiasts, since people who are enjoys innovative features like autonomous driving and smart connectivity. Those type of people are showing more interest towards the electric vehicles. And now getting into the dashboard right here, I have my primary and the secondary analysis with me. I'm going to answer all these questions by looking into dashboard itself. So this is how the dashboard looks like. It got the KPI keys, which means key performance indicator for the electric vehicle sold and total vehicle sold and penetration level. So when I mean the electric vehicle sold in terms of units, if you see that 2 million electric vehicles sold, which are 2 million units of electric vehicles sold in terms of two-wheelers and four-wheelers also. So my first primary question is the top three and the bottom three makers from the fiscal year 23 and 2024, which means you can see the this visual here, which shows the India top 5 makers by two-wheelers and four-wheelers by using these two radio buttons here. India top makers are Ola Electric, TVS, Other, Hero Electric and Ampere. For the four-wheelers, it shows the Tata Motors, which is dominating other makers, followed by the Mahindra and MG Motor and BYD India and Hyundai Motors. This shows here EV sold by vehicle category. We can observe the domination of the two-wheelers compared to the four-wheelers. Two-wheelers dominating the four-wheelers in terms of the unit sold. And further in this video, I'm going to discuss about the dominance of the four-wheelers and two-wheelers in terms of revenue growth rate also. And we can see the all makers here in terms of four-wheelers and two-wheelers, which shows the EV sales and the EV market share, EV market share. And we can observe we can give the different benchmarks for the fiscal years 2020-22. Its electric vehicle sold is 19k and total vehicle sold are 16 million. Like, and also observe the 2020-23 and 2020-24. There is a key performance indicator which shows about the penetration rate. What is meant by penetration rate here? So penetration rate is nothing but adoption towards the electric vehicles. Okay, if I look into in 2020-22, my penetration level is 1.65, but in 2020-23 my penetration is increased to 3.95 percentage, and in 2020-24 my penetration rate is increased to 4.81%, which means adoption towards the EV increasing year by year. So this penetration rate gives a very meaningful insights for any company which are looking forward to expansion the business in India. Like, India is looking and stepping towards the electric vehicles by year, and we can see the quarterly EV sales here, which is also a primary analysis question, and also EV market. This donut charts here which shows the dominance and the struggle by the different makers, like Ether, which is compared to the Ola Electric, and also MG Motor, which is compared to the Tata Motors, since Tata Motors is dominating all other makers in terms of EV sales. And I have also to the state performance here. I have the primary question, which is identify the top 5 states with the highest penetration rate in terms of two-wheelers and four-wheelers in the fiscal year 2024. If I click the 2024 here, which shows the penetration rate, like Goa, Kerala, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Delhi have the highest penetration rate in the fiscal year 2024. And we can also see the bottom 5 states by clicking the button here, which shows the bottom 5 states with the penetration rate. Manipur, Meghalaya, Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland and Sikkim are the bottom 5 states in terms of the penetration rate. We can see the when I click the button here, the map visual changes here, which shows this part of India have the lowest penetration rate. If I see the top 5 states, then this part of India have the highest penetration rate among all other states, which gives a very clear understanding which part of India has more electric vehicle sales, and also can take the give the answers for the secondary analysis. I'm going to discuss about that also, and you can see the total electric vehicle sales in the map, and also you can see the pop-up message which shows the EV sales trend for each state, like Maharashtra, Rajasthan, Karnataka. You can see the color gradient here which shows the highest to lowest. And also I have the another question, like how do EV sales and penetration rate compare to Delhi to the Karnataka 2024? We can see a battle for EV dominance, which is compared to the Karnataka and Delhi, which shows Karnataka dominating the Delhi in terms of both EV sales and penetration rate. Also, in all fiscal years, Karnataka is dominating Delhi. And list down the top 10 states with the highest compound annual growth rate, which is a very important thing coming to the automotive domain. And this project also, which is compound annual growth rate, I added this a separate visual for this compound annual growth rate, which shows the dynamic compound annual growth rate between the 2 years, like starting year and ending year. For the start, it takes the starting year as 2022 and 2024 with the annual compound annual growth rate, which is 13.6%. And I can change the start date and end date. That's why I'm showing that, and that's why I mentioned that this is a dynamic compound annual growth rate. And the primary analysis question includes the top 10 states with the highest compound annual growth rate, which are these things like Meghalaya, Goa, Karnataka, Delhi, Rajasthan, Gujarat, Assam, Mizoram, Arunachal Pradesh, Haryana are the top 10 states with the highest compound annual growth rate. And coming to the next one, what is the peak and lowest season month for the EV sales? And by looking into this visual here, you can tell the what is the peak and lowest EV sales by my peak month section for the EV sales is March 2024. I have the highest EV sales, and May 2021 is the lowest peak section for the EV sales, which gives a bit, and this visual gives the all around from April 21 to March 2024 compared with the total vehicle sales, a trend line for the electric vehicle sales. And coming to the what is the product number of EV sales? For the project number of EV sales, I used the compound annual growth rate. Use the product number of EV sales for the two-wheelers and the four-wheelers. And my current year is 2024. I want to project the EV sales for the 2020. So I can give the benchmark for the 6 years. So using the compound annual growth rate, I figure out this thing. So around by the 2020 to 2030, my EV sales, my projected number of EV sales are around 2.1 million, and in that two vehicle category is around 2 million, and four wheeler category is 0.9 million. And you can see the graph here which shows the which is for the top 10 states penetration rate, which is Kerala, Chandigarh, Tamil Nadu, Odisha, Maharashtra, Gujarat, Rajasthan, Delhi, Karnataka, and Goa. And it shows the EV sales with respect to the two vehicles and four wheelers also. And coming to the estimate the revenue growth rate for the four wheelers and the two wheelers EVs in India for comparison between the 2022 versus 2024 and 2023 to 2024. I given these revenue growth rate for two wheelers and the four wheelers in terms of comparison. The revenue growth rate for the four wheelers from the 2022 to 2024 is around 367.79%, which is substantially higher than the 269.28% for the two wheelers. So both segments show slower growth rate for the 2022 to 2024, but my four wheelers are spending at much faster than the two wheelers. Since I mentioned that side, by using the revenue growth rate, I'm going to tell the revenue for the two wheelers and four wheelers. So four wheelers revenue is higher when compared to the two wheelers. So I can say that revenue growth rate will help to get the key insights like this for comparison between the years, like 2024 and 2024. Like I can give you the example here, like if a company made $100 million in the 2021, and in 2022 the company makes $120 million, then what is the revenue growth rate? The revenue growth rate is very simple. Since 100 and 120, the revenue growth rate is around 20%. So it shows the revenue growth rate if my company is doing a positive revenue or the negative revenue. You can see these key insights from this. I'm pretty covered the all primary analysis question using the dashboard itself. And coming to the secondary analysis, which is the main part of the project presentation, like what are the primary reasons for customers choosing four-wheeler EVs in 2023 and 2024. The primary reason is cost saving. I already mentioned about that. Compared to the battery and compared to the fuel and petrol, it saves a lot for the electric vehicles. And also environmental concerns which reduce the global warming in terms of air pollution. Like there are a lot of people who are more concerned about the environment, so most of the people are preferring the electric vehicles instead of the traditional vehicles. And the government providing the programs and the schemes for the adoption towards the electric vehicles also. These are the primary reasons why people are choosing electric vehicles. And coming to the another question, how do government incentives and the subsidies impact adoption rate of two-wheelers and four-wheelers? Like, so government providing the schemes and programs like FAME2, where they boosted EV adoption by providing subsidies for the purchase of the two-wheelers and the four-wheelers. So since this topic arises, I want to mention that most of the people are buying the electric vehicles because of the GST, which is the most important thing and interesting thing in India. So people who are planning to buy the electric vehicles are going to pay only 5% of tax, but But the traditional vehicles like which consumes the fuel like petrol and diesel, they consumes around 28% of tax. They need to pay the GST for the government. So uh, government giving them more opportunities and moving towards the EV vehicles by giving this type of programs and the schemes. And top states Karnataka, Maharashtra, and Gujarat and Tamil Nadu are leading in providing incentives and have seen higher EV sales. Next thing, how does availability of the charging stations infrastructure correlate with the EV sales and penetration rate in top 5 states? In person, I'm not going to buy the electric vehicles if there is no good infrastructure. What I mean is, if I want to travel long distance, I'm not looking forward to buy because there are no charging stations for the electric vehicles for every 200 kilometers, at least 200 kilometers. So there is a strong correlation between the infrastructure which is related to the electric vehicle sales and penetration level. So if there is a good infrastructure, I'm looking forward to buy the electric vehicles. If there is no good infrastructure, I'm not going to buy electric vehicles. So I can answer this. There is a strong correlation between the electric vehicle sales and the penetration rate level. Do you guys agree with me? Let me know in the comment section for that. And I already mentioned reduce range anxiety and fast charging stations. These are the reasons why there is a strong correlation between this infrastructure. And coming to the main point of the project. So choosing a brand ambassador for the company will be a great headache. Like after looking into great personalities in India, I finally take decision and recommend Virat Kohli sir will be will be good fit for the brand ambassador for the Athletic Motors because he was a global influencer and he has positive image in terms of sportsmanship and leadership qualities. And Virat Kohli sir the popularity can penetrate new markets and increase brand visibility among the reserve consumers and segments. And I think Virat Kohli sir will be the best for the brand ambassador in terms of all these quantities. There are a lot of great personalities out there, but there are some reasons why I selected. I given these reasons right down here. Coming to the another thing, if they are planning to expansion the business in India, which state will be the manufacturing unit? So I gone through all the states, the pros and cons available in each state. I decided Maharashtra will be the good fit, and these are the reasons because they have the good infrastructure like including ports, roads, and airports facilitating smooth transportation and logistics. And also they have the best industrial hubs, market potentials, and government support. There is a best support from the government towards the adoption of EV electric vehicles in Maharashtra. And these are the reasons I selected Maharashtra. There are outstates like Karnataka and Kerala. I'm not saying that they are not good enough, but there are the pros and cons. Looking into all those concerns, I come with the Maharashtra as a manufacturing unit. And coming to my recommendations to the electric model, like as I mentioned that they need to invest more time on developing a good infrastructure for the electric vehicles, which will give a very good impression to the people like me to buy electric vehicles. And also leverage government incentives and policy support and extend battery technology and local manufacturing. What I mean is, instead of getting the batteries from the other countries which cost a lot, and along with the manufacturing unit, I suggest that having a manufacturing unit for the battery itself can help a lot in terms of cost and reliance on the imports. And coming to the fourth one is build awareness and collaborate for the ecosystem development. What I mean is, they need to conduct a campaigns to educate the people out there who are not really know about the electric vehicles. There is people out there who really don't know about the electric vehicles. So they need to take a step forward to conduct campaigns to tell what is the benefits of electric vehicles and what is the main use of that and how it is going to impact the environment and global warming. So these are the recommends from me. I have spent a lot of time on doing research about EV vehicles and collected all this information and recommendations. and let me know in the comment section if you have any queries for me. I'm looking forward for your feedback, which means a lot. And thank you guys.